Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 9 for the chapter of bipolar junction transistor. In a lecture number 7 and 8 we have discussed thermal stability. In a continuation of the thermal stability lecture, I am discussing two more circuits to stabilize the Q point. Already we have discussed the once Q point is adjusted at the middle point of the load line, then it should vary only in a linear region of the load line when AC input signal is applied. We have seen the two parameters which are responsible for shifting of the Q point. One is temperature and second is variation in a parameter of a transistor from one unit to another unit. To avoid the thermal runaway, certain modifications are required in a circuit. As a result, base current is controlled automatically, keeping collector current constant against the variation of temperature. Such modifications are known as a biasing of the circuit. In the last two lectures, we have discussed three circuits. First circuit we have discussed fixed bias. Second we have seen the emitter feedback bias. Third we have seen the collector to base bias circuit. In a fixed bias we have seen the stability factor S is beta plus 1. In a emitter bias we have seen the stability factor is beta plus 1 upon 1 plus beta into Re upon Rb plus Re. And in a collector to base bias we have seen the stability factor 1 plus beta Rc upon Rb plus Rc. These two discussions show that, these two equations show that, and we have already discussed, if the base bias resistor is low, then stability of the circuit is good, that is value of S will be low. The first circuit is has a very poor stability. Thus, remaining these two circuits, first circuit means fixed bias circuit, gives the very poor stability. The emitter feedback bias and collector to base bias circuit gives the some stability of the Q point against the variation of temperature. Today I will discuss two more circuits. Today I am discussing the collector, emitter, feedback bias circuit. This word itself tell you, collector, emitter, feedback bias itself tell you have to give the bias voltage from the collector and you have to give the bias voltage from the emitter. See, the collector, emitter, feedback bias circuit is shown in the figure, and this circuit is obtained by supplying a base bias voltage from the collector through bias resistor Rb, through bias resistor Rb, and the emitter bias is provided by inserting emitter resistor Re between the emitter lead and ground as shown in figure. Listen again. The collector emitter feedback bias circuit can be obtained by giving the base bias voltage from the collector through the resistor RB, and emitter bias voltage is given by inserting the emitter resistor RE between emitter lead and ground. This circuit provides the good stability. Let us see how the collector current is stabilized against the variation of temperature. Let us suppose the collector current increases, IC increases due to increasing either temperature, or you can say by changing the transistor. I will discuss the stability action in a two-part. Due to first the feedback from the collector to the base, second feedback from emitter resistor. See, first part, suppose temperature increases, leakage current increases, collector current increases, VRC increases, VC decreases, base current decreases, collector current decreases. The decreasing collector current try to compensate the increasing collector current due to rise in the temperature. This is already we have discussed in a collector to base bias circuit. Second part I am discussing. Suppose temperature increases, leakage current increases, IC increases, IE increases, voltage across emitter resistor increases, so VB decreases, so base current decreases, so collector current decreases. This decreasing collector current try to compensate the increasing collector current due to increase in temperature. This is already we have discussed in a emitter feedback bias circuit. So as temperature increases, leakage current increases, collector current increases, as a result emitter current increases, so voltage across emitter resistor increases, so VB decreases, as base emitter voltage decreases, base current decreases, so collector current decreases. So this decreasing collector current try to compensate the increasing collector current due to rise in the temperature. So here you use the collector feedback and emitter feedback to stabilize your collector current. So in this way your collector current is stabilized against the variation of temperature. Now I am deriving the equation of a stability factor S. Look here, from this circuit I can write VCC is equal to IB plus IC into RC plus IB into RB plus VB plus I into RE. So I can write IBRC plus ICRC plus IBRB plus VBE. This is your base current plus collector current into RE. So VCC I can write base current is I am taking common RC plus RB plus RE plus VBE plus ICRE look here, VCC is equal to this voltage VCC is equal to voltage across RC plus voltage across RB plus VB plus RE. So this voltage is IB plus IC into RC. This is IB RB. This is your VB. This voltage is IRE. I am keeping IB plus IC. So I am getting, if I simplify this, so IB I have taken common, RC plus RB plus RE. So plus VB plus, if I take the IC common, I write IC plus RE. Base current I can write VCC minus VB upon RB plus RC plus RE minus IC into RC plus RE upon RB plus RC plus RE. Already I told you in a previous lecture, if you want to find the stability factor S, first you have to find base current, then do the differentiation. I am doing the differentiation of base current with respect to collector current. So 0, this does not have collector current, RC plus RE upon RB plus RC plus RE. So if I put this value in equation of stability factors, then you are getting value of S is beta plus 1, 1 plus beta into, this is RC plus RE upon RB plus RC plus RE. So this equation of the stability factor show that value of stability factor S is very low compared to the fixed bias circuit, collector to base bias circuit and emitter feedback bias circuit. This circuit provides the stability of the collector current against the variation of temperature. This circuit is always better than the collector to base bias circuit, or it is called collector feedback circuit and emitter feedback circuit. I think you understand this circuit and is how the circuit work. First I have explained stability action. In second part I have derived the equation of stability factor. Now I am discussing another circuit, voltage divider bias circuit. Voltage divider bias circuit, or it is called potential divider, or it is called self bias, or it is called emitter bias. In this book they have written it is emitter bias, but actually they have to write emitter bias with the voltage divider bias circuit. So I am discussing the last circuit for a thermal stability topic. The circuit diagram of a voltage divider bias is as shown in figure. Here base bias voltage is provided from potential divider network consisting of resistor R1 and R2. Therefore the word is used voltage divider bias or potential divider bias circuit. The circuit diagram of voltage divider bias circuit is as shown in figure, in which the base bias voltage is provided from potential divider network. Let us see the stability action of this circuit, how the collector current is stabilized against the variation of temperature. Same discussion. Suppose collector current increases due to increase in temperature, or transistor is replaced by another transistor. But I am discussing in a different way. Suppose temperature increases, as a result leakage current increases, so collector current increases, so ammeter current increases because ammeter current is nothing but the base current plus collector current, so voltage across ammeter resistor increases, so VB decreases, so base current decreases, so collector current decreases. Look again. Suppose temperature increases, leakage current increases, collector current increases, as a result ammeter current increases, so voltage across this resistor increases. Already I have explained this. The ammeter, this voltage increases, so VB decreases, because VB is nothing but the base voltage minus ammeter voltage. You can refer your previous lecture, you will get some idea. So as VR increases, VB decreases, base ammeter voltage decreases, so base current decreases, as a result collector current decreases. The decreasing collector current try to compensate the increasing collector current due to rise in a temperature. This circuit provides a very good stability because you can have a low value of base bias resistor. We have seen in a previous circuit the value of S will be low when base bias resistor RB is low. Now let us derive the equation of stability factor. Again I am telling you stability action. Suppose temperature of the circuit increases or transistor increases, as a result leakage current increases. Due to increase in leakage current, collector current increases, and as collector current increases, the emitter current, which is the sum of the collector current plus base current, it is increases, as there is a voltage drop across emitter resistor increases. So as this voltage increases, VB decreases. As the base emitter voltage decreases, base current decreases, and base current decreases, so collector current decreases. So due to such kind of the feedback, or due to such kind of the bias voltage, due to such kind of the modification, the collector current decreases. The decreasing collector current try to compensate the increasing collector current due to rise in a temperature. So this circuit provides a very good stability. Now let us derive the equation of stability factor S. I am using a Thevenin's theorem for the input section of the circuit. Already you studied the Thevenin's theorem, so I am using the Thevenin's theorem for the input section. This is called Thevenin's relation, and we are writing it is RB. This is called Thevenin's voltage, we are writing VT. This is RE, this is RC plus VCC, this is your VB. Remember, Thevenin's resistance is given by R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Already you know how to find. Thevenin's voltage is nothing but the VCC into R2 upon R1 plus R2. I am applying the Thevenin theorem at the input section. So the input section can be represented, this input section, this much portion can be represented by this way. I am applying the Kirchhoff voltage law. IBRB plus VB plus IB plus IC into RE. So I can write IB RB plus RE plus VB plus ICRE. So I can write base current is VT minus VBE upon RB plus RE minus ICRE upon RB plus RE. Already I told you, to find the stability factor, first you have to find the base current. So I find the base current. Now I do the differentiation of base current with respect to collector current. Now put this value of the differentiation of base current with respect to collector current in the equation of stability factor. So you can write so this equation shows that if RB is low and RE is large, then H tends to 1. That is, RB by RE tends to 0. So this discussion shows that base bias resistor should be low. You cannot keep the large value of RE because feedback will be increased. As a result, transistor may be driven into cutoff region. So this discussion shows that the base bias resistor should be very low. In a voltage divider bias circuit, remember base bias resistor RB, if you are writing, it is nothing but the parallel combination of R1 and R2. Now one important point. This is your AC input signal you given. You are getting amplified output signal here. Due to junction capacitance between these two, some here AC voltage is also developed here. This is it. Due to variation of this current, passing through the transistor, AC voltage is developed across RE. As AC signal is vary here, the current is vary here, so here AC voltage is developed across RE. As AC voltage is developed, then I can say VB is nothing but the base minus emitter voltage. So due to this, suppose this is your 20 millivolt AC voltage. Suppose this is your 5 millivolt AC voltage. So this is 20 millivolt AC I am using what? This is a 5 millivolt. So it is 15 millivolt. So your input voltage between base and emitter decreases. Actually, how much you have given the input voltage? 20 millivolt. How much this is you have given how much? 20 millivolt. So as the input signal is given here, this is AC. So this current is also AC. So AC voltage is developed here due to this and some junction capacitance between this collector and emitters. So AC voltage is developed here. Suppose how much AC voltage developed? 5 millivolt. Suppose. Then what is the base emitter voltage? Base voltage minus emitter voltage. What is the base voltage you have written here? 20. What is the emitter voltage? 5. This is 15. I am talking for AC, remember. So what is your AC input voltage? 15 instead of 20. Actually, how much you have given? 20. But due to this voltage drop across emitter resistors, input voltage decreases. This is called negative feedback. Yes, this is called negative feedback. And it is a AC negative feedback. Due to this negative feedback, input voltage decreases. So output decreases. It is called loss in a gain. If the output decreases, so gain decreases. What is gain? Gain is output over input. As output decreases, the gain decreases. So you can say that due to RE, the gain decreases. To avoid this loss of gain, we are connecting one capacitor parallel to the RE. As a result, whatever AC voltage is developed here, it is bypassed through this capacitor. To avoid the loss of the gain due to negative AC feedback, RE is shunted by capacitor. It is called like this. RE is shunted by capacitor, or one capacitor is connected parallel to the RE. The value of capacitor such that this AC voltage will be bypassed, AC voltage will be ground. So no AC voltage is developed here. AC voltage will not be developed across RE. There is no reduction in base emitter voltage. This is not there after connecting the capacitor. After connecting capacitor, the VB is not reduced and you will not get any loss of gain. This capacitor is called bypass capacitor. This capacitor is called bypass capacitor, because this bypasses RE as far concerned with the AC signal, and the capacitor you have to select in such that its reactance should be 1/10 of the RE. So this is called self bias. This is called self bias. So this circuit is widely popular in a common emitter amplifier circuit. So this gives the complete thermal stability. It gives the stability of the collector current against the variation of temperature. For a given circuit diagram, determine operating point NS. Operating point means they are asking Q. Q means already you know that they are asking you VCQ, comma ICQ. It's a very simple way you will find. You can find the base current, then you can find the collector current. But let us see in a different way. Let us first find the Thevenin's voltage, VCC into R2 upon R1 plus R2. So it is 22.5, 10 kilo ohm upon this is 90 kilo ohm plus 10 kilo ohm. So you can write 2.25 volt. It's very easy calculation. Second, let me find the RB. Already I told you in a voltage divider bias, RB is nothing but the R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So I can write it is 90 kilo ohm into 10 kilo ohm upon 100 kilo ohm, 90 plus 10. So you can find 9 kilo ohm. So this is, first you find the VT, second you find RB. You may have questions, sir, why you are finding VT and RB? I want base current or collector current. So in these equations, either I have to find the base current or collector current. That will give my ICQ. So here nothing but the collector current upon HFE I can write, because HFE is nothing but the IC upon IB. This is your base current plus collector current into RE. So I am writing here VT is equal to IC upon HFE into RB plus VB. Base current is nothing but IC upon HFE plus IC into RE. So VT we have calculated 2.25 voltage. IC we have to find. HFE is 55. RB is 9 kilo ohm. VB is 0.6. IC is, I have to calculate. HF is 55. R is 1 kilo. If you calculate this, you will get IC is 1.41 milliampere. By putting the value of RB, HAB, VT, VB and RE, you can find the value of collector current. Now, to find the VCE, you can write this is your equation, Kirchhoff law for output section, Kirchhoff voltage law for output section. Easily you can say VCC is equal to voltage across this plus collectivity voltage plus voltage across ammeter resistor. So IC into RC plus VC, ammeter current I can take nearly about collector current. So I can write, instead of I can write IC. So VC is nothing but the VCC minus IC into bracket RC plus RE. So VC is nothing but the VCC. VCC they have given 22.5. IC we have calculated 1.41 into 10 raised to minus 3. Collector resistors they have given 5.6 kilo ohm, 5.6 kilo ohm, and RE they have given 1 kilo ohm. If you calculate this value, you get 13.19 volt. So your Q point I can write, your Q point VCQ, ICQ is given by, this is your 13.19 volt, 1.41 milliampere. And I will find the stability factor. S is given by beta plus 1 upon 1 plus beta into RE upon RB plus RE. So this is your 55 plus 1 upon 1 plus 55 into 10 raised to 3. R is 1 kilo ohm. This RB 9 kilo ohm plus 1 kilo ohm. S you will get 8.6. You can see here in this example, in a voltage divider bias, value of stability factor S is very low. Here I am keeping the end of the lecture. In a next lecture, we will discuss the only numerical. So you will get the idea how to design the circuit.